Today is June 30th. We are starting to prepare for all of the patches for our patch bar on Friday next week. They are just all designs of Vancouver and the animals we have in our city as well. This is going to be a corporate activation, so we'll see how that goes. We're also doing our first photo booth activation with the patch bar, so we're kind of doing a dual activation for them, so that's exciting. Exactly what I envisioned our whole rebrand to look like. Anyways, here are the patches. We just have to DTF print all of these, and then we will be cutting each individual one and putting it into a box just so we can separate all of them. People can look over all of them. I don't know if this is too many and it's gonna cause like decision paralysis for people, but they're so adorable. Like, look at the animals. I think those are my favorite one, but we're now testing it on the hats just to see how it will look. We have a tester hat here with basically all of the patches that we made or tested. We have the Robson Square one, a Museum of Architecture, is it? Oh, Anthropology, Museum of Anthropology stamp. And then these are just like other ones that we had, but we have a little bird, and then we have another bird, a seagull on the side. I think the animals are a little bit small, so we're gonna adjust the size to make it a little bit bigger. The stamp looks amazing, like the quality is great. We were kind of worried about it's not showing up in the seam because there is like a middle seam. Yeah, we were worried about that, but then the heat press did a really good job with pressing the DTF film onto the hat. It looks perfect. HTVRONT kindly sent me 2 of these presses for me to review and work with. I've been really impressed with them just because you don't have to move a finger. I've always used heat presses that aren't automatic, which is quite strenuous on your back, especially if you do multiple things at once, especially if we're doing things like live events. We want to be fast and we don't want to be always pushing and putting pressure onto the tables and on our back. So this is perfect for our events, and it's also really lightweight. For example, like the A300 here, this is specifically an automatic hat press and it's so portable. There's even suction cups on the bottom, so when you're pushing this back, it won't fall over. It's so portable, perfect for events if you are doing that. And then this one is the A100. This one is so cool because there are different elements to this. There is an actual press that is interchangeable with the whole system. And then we have the hat press on it right now, but you can change it and do a full heat press if you are doing something like t-shirts. The best part is the swappable heat plate system. Instead of being locked into just one function, you can quickly switch between different attachments depending on what you're making. So you can go from a flat heat press for t-shirts and hoodies to a hat press for caps, and then even switch over to mug and tumbler pressing, all within the same machine base. It basically turns one machine into a full production setup, which saves a ton of space and makes it way more efficient if you're running a small business or doing events like me. So before every event, we like to go through our designs and then guess which one is going to be the most popular, and we are going to go do that today. My bets are on either the Vancouver one, the Stanley Park one, or the orca, because I feel like Vancouver people are obsessed with orcas. What's your pick?
Yeah, orcas. Or the ramen one. The ramen one's pretty cute.
That's all you have to say?
That is all I have to say. What else am I supposed to say?
Those are the 2 that I think are going to be the most popular, or the individual orca. So we are going to make more of the Vancouver ones for sure. I feel like that one's like an iconic one. The other ones like transit, I'm kind of iffy about, like who the heck is going to want a bus on their hat, but I mean, prove me wrong. We are currently cutting all of our patches here. We have about 1,000 printed, and we have to cut and organize each individual one in its little category, yes. So then we can put it on our display. I think there's around 24 designs, and we are low-key regretting what we did, because I probably shouldn't have let them choose so many designs. A note to self for next time. And then for our photo booth test prints, we did strips and then a 4x6 with 2 strips because we didn't know how to cut it at first. But anyways, here is how it's gonna look like. We already have the templates down for the team, and then there's gonna be 3 photos. They've already picked out their backdrop as well, so everything is good to go. We're just preparing for the patch bar now. That one needs a lot more prep than the photo booth. I actually realized that I literally picked the hardest niche or business to go into in terms of live events, because tell me why the embroidery machine, after 5 years, I'm still a little bit iffy about it, especially with tension and everything. But then the photo booth, I was able to figure it out within 30 minutes, how to print, how to do the template, and all of that stuff. I was just surprised, and for everyone who's in the embroidery industry, you gotta pat yourself on the back because it is a tough industry to be in. Someone broke my giraffe. Its ears are falling off. Its little antler is gone. It's my emotional support desk friend. It literally looks like what I'm going through right now, to be honest. The whole idea from our rebrand was to make it easier for event planners and everyone else in Vancouver and in Canada who are booking multiple things at once. We want to be an all-in-one, is that what it's called? A one-stop shop. That's what it's called, a one-stop shop for people, because I noticed at a lot of our events there is a photo booth company, there is a embroidery, which is us, and then there's like a print patch bar, things like that, and we just want to be a one-stop shop for those people, so it makes their lives a lot easier. And I feel like we've accomplished just that, just because ever since we did the rebrand and the launch, the companies that have been reaching out to us have told me, wow, like, we were looking for a dual activation and you're able to provide both, which is awesome and saves them a lot of extra work. But I feel like live events seem so easy because you just go there, you do your job and you go and you get paid a flat fee. But in reality, there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes, like planning all the patches, for example, or planning the menus and then digitizing it, testing it. And we just got to make sure that all of the variables that may occur during the event are prepped for in case those things do happen. Because a lot of our embroidery events, for example, we have to embroider on different sorts of fabrics. So we need to know exactly what stabilizer to use, what hoop to use, and also how to troubleshoot any issues if they do arise on that certain type of fabric. So it's a lot of knowledge that we have gathered within the 5 years that we've been learning embroidery. That is why we charge the amount we do. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I will see you next time. Bye.